Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Alright, so next topic I'm gonna talk about. In this process, as always, y'all see me go through like a thousand emotions. Yeah, I go through a lot of emotions. It's like I jump in, jump out. So this is what I want to explain to y'all because how can I say it like this? We all have a mission. All right, everyone in the world have a purpose, whatever that may be. It is to the person. All right, mine is to help save the world. All right, help save the world. And I know when it comes to my emotions and feelings, a lot of times that can make people feel some type of way. It's like, how can you, and this and that. All right. Y'all know, for the ones that read the Bible, they said God won't put more on you than you can bear. Well, I guess I can bear a lot. As well as everyone else on the earth. Reason why is because my energy flows through everyone else and through everyone in the world. Okay? Everyone in the world. And the way that's work is this. On this mission, I knew I was going to have to endure a lot of things. A lot. The more I came awakened through this process, I started realizing that just about every single thing you can think of, I'm going to go through. Everything that has happened in the world, I've been through. Either through this lifetime or past lifetimes. I've been through everything. So, I know for y'all, you're probably like, well, how in the world are you able to get through this process? Because I know it's just life. Life happens. It's about what you do with it is the thing. You know, I can sit back and cry all day, like I tell you all the time. I can cry and take defeat, but then what? I might as well be dead. You understand? And then killing myself, that's the easy way out. But at the same time, that's the worst way out. Because once you kill yourself, you got to go through all process. And you don't want to go through that because the life you have is going to be way worse the next time because you committed suicide. Yes, when you kill yourself, you actually put more, you go through a more karma than you did when in the regular life. So this is the thing. When it comes to me, it's like this. I didn't realize, but now I realize. See, the reason why for me, I took the background, right? I laid in the background. Baby, can you turn that volume down so I can stay focused? Thank you. I had to stay in the background. And look, and this is why I had to stay in the background. It's because of the fact that look how my light shines so bright and I have all of these people in the world that's attacking me and I'm not even in the spotlight. My energy is that powerful that people are attacking me around the world because of my light. And I'm not even in the spotlight. So just think if I would have been in a spotlight. You know how depressed people would have been. You know how messed up people would have been. Because people would have been trying so hard to be just like me. To the point that they lose themselves. You think the world is bad now, but things, it would have been 10 times worse. See, I allow myself to be in the background. I allow myself to be behind the stage and allow people in front because I need y'all to see y'all light. I need y'all to see how amazing y'all are. Excuse me. I am a mirror. So anyone that has my energy, which the whole world has my energy. So whenever you're in a happy point and you're feeling great, guess what? Someone can see that light. That's why they attack you. That's why when you're having an amazing day and you're wondering like, why do you screw my day up? Because your light started shining and they start seeing themselves. That's why. And that's the problem in the world. Think of how your family, people you're around, your co-workers, all of that, right? You're in amazing mood, genuine, amazing mood. And I'm an energy. And then somebody come up and then they see you happy, what they do? Tear it down. So what you think would have happened to me if I'm out here in the open eye? Y'all would have all tore me down. Okay? So this is the thing. When y'all realize we are all mirrors of each other. We are all mirrors. All right, because of my energy is in you, we're all mirrors. So when someone comes at you sideways, because they see themselves. It's not so much you done something. Now, the other side of the coin is you could have done something and you're seeing it through somebody else. You understand? You can see the energy, and that's why you attack people. That's why you're mean to someone, because when you look at them and you see them as genuinely happy, you see the things, you see the flaws in your life. You see those issues. See, for example, there was a person I had as a friend, right? And me and this person was like close. All right, so I'm gonna go back in time a little bit. So back when I worked at this store, when I worked at Zales, I was actually in a position where at the time when I first worked at Zales, I was in a shelter. Okay, I was in a shelter at this time, but I was working in a jewelry store. And I tell y'all about this story, but I'm gonna tell you from a different perspective. So there was a point where after a while I finally got my own place. And there was a guy that I met. He came to the store, and he was talking, and I knew he didn't have the money for anything. Okay, he literally told me, I'm coming from a shelter. Now I know what it feel like because I was in one. All right, and he's like, yeah, I live in a shelter home. I said, okay. And he was communicating and talking and everything. But the thing about it is, I could have treated him like trash. I could have been like, excuse me, sir, well, you can't waste my time because I got, dealing with other customers and this and that, right? Dealing with other people. But I didn't do that. I still treated him with the utmost respect, right? Because I could feel that energy. So, even though there was other customers, there was somebody else working with me. And we communicate, but I still showed him jewelry just like if he was a person that had the money. I pulled out items, just like, hey, try this. It's like, was there something that you might be interested in? He's like, well, I can't afford it, but I think it was like a watch or a ring or something. I can't remember what it was, but I still showed it to him. I was like, here, try it on. You understand? Try it on. For some reason, I can't remember what the item was, but I was like, try it on, see if, see how it feels. Look at it on you. You understand? He kind of looked at me like, why would you do that? Like, I can feel vibes off people's like, why would you do that? I can't afford it. And you got other customers. That'd be all right. Let them go. I'm dealing with you right now. You are my customer. Well, I can't afford it. You are right. You my customer. See, I'm going to tell you a couple of ways about it. Just because you may not be able to buy today, you might be able to buy tomorrow. I don't know what your life situation can hold. You can hit the lottery and come back and buy the whole store up. So I'm going to treat you with the utmost respect. Because the way the energy he gave me was that same energy. And that's what I provided. Now with this person, after that, he decided, let me go. He didn't take too much of my time because he wasn't disrespectful. He understood. But after a while, then he was like, oh, well, let me go because I don't want you to miss out on your customers. I said, okay, thank you. And he walked off, and I helped my customers. Again, came back another day. Because at the times he'll come is when it's dead. Ain't really nobody around. So I'm just standing there looking around. Did all my job, did all my work. He'll come by, speak again and say how, doing whole conversations. He was going through some stuff. I explained to him what I went through and stuff and keep communicating. We ended up became best friends. And it was because of the fact that the energy he had was where I could literally be my authentic self as always. But it was like, one thing about me is this, I'm authentic. But just because I tell you things don't mean I've told you everything. There's a difference, okay? I need y'all to understand that. Yes, y'all know about my life, but you don't know everything about it because there's still things that I haven't discovered yet, okay? However, with the person I was communicating with, he made me comfortable enough to talk about things that I don't talk about to people because some things it'll go over somebody's head. So it's like, I'm not about to waste my conversation with somebody that is going to go over their head. So it got to a point where when I was talking to him, I realized, wow, he thinks exactly like me. There's a deep thought thinker. He's not that type of superficial, that surface level. He's like, he goes deep within the surface. He's not scared to go down no rabbit holes. You understand? Because they good to go down because you get to find yourself. You can get trapped, don't get me wrong, because you get stuck. But it was like, wow, he's like me. He's not scared to navigate the thoughts, the brain. And he was the type of person, he dabbled in music and stuff, and he did lyrics and stuff, and he talked about his life and everything. And we became best friends. Best, like when I say best, we was like this. The way we communicate, we can literally talk for hours about a lot of things. It wasn't on no dumb mess or anything. We literally could communicate in a way that I never communicate with anybody. Like even stuff as a female, even things that I felt that maybe weird a guy out or whatever like that, I could talk about, he could talk about. And it was weird because I ain't never had somebody like that. But then that mirror popped up. That mirror popped up. And I'm sitting here and we communicate. And then it was the way he talked. God doggone it. I'm going to explain details about this conversation a little bit deep. It was the way he talked. And when he talked, he say certain words over and over again. He kind of like stuttered a little bit when he talk and say stuff. And it was like, he started reminding me of myself. I'm like, and I'll get a little irritated. Because when I sit there, I'm listening to him, like, why he talking like that? Why he saying like this? Why he doing? And I get irritated. And I'm like, I need a break. It's like that. I need a break. I need to back off a little bit. And it was like, when I start seeing certain things and I start noticing things about myself where I felt like, dang, like, I need to do better. I got some things about myself that ain't working right. I got to do better because something ain't right here. Because it start making me realize that sometimes we're moving, but the thing about it is we're not moving at a steady pace. It's like we like that. We'll move and stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. And that's what I start noticing with. I'm like, wow. I'm like, when I communicate, that's why I feel like every time I start something, I pull back like, nah, because I start realizing when things start getting hard in certain points, I pull back like, I'm tired. I don't feel like going through this process. Because I'm a quiet person, shy. And the thing about it is, like when it comes to me standing up for myself, I would stand up for myself. But then I will pull back and be like, man, let me, nah, cause I ain't trying to hurt somebody's feelings. I'm not trying to do this. But then I realize that person, when they say something disrespectful, I stand up. And then I pull back and wonder why they'll trigger me. They'll try me again. But when they try me again, I get to that point like, why bother? Why say something else? Because they're going to keep doing it. Why say something else? And I started noticing that. So when he started talking about certain things, I'm like, God, dog, it's like I started realizing I ain't like myself. It made me realize what I did not like about myself. He triggered my weaknesses. Yes, he triggered the heck out of my weaknesses. And one day, like, and when I said we was close, nothing sexual, okay? Nothing like that. But it was one day, all right, I love my apple juice. And this is when I knew there was something more in this dynamic. I know it's going to sound weird. I love apple juice. It was my thing. And he came to my house because he was going through some stuff. And he came over to my house because at the time I was trying to go into the military. And this is the first time I try to go. Give me a second. You ain't got to do all of that, child. I'm saying. The first time I tried to go in, because I told y'all math is not my thing. And he was good at fractions and stuff. And he was helping me. And I snap at him. And I'm sitting here like, so it got to the point like I was snap because it wasn't clicking. Certain things wasn't clicking. And then I started realizing that I start projecting things that I saw that was wrong with him back to him. Because I was mirroring him at the same time. It was crazy how I saw the things that he had. I saw the things that was wrong with me and him and vice versa. And it's like we'll be back and forth. But it wasn't that type of friendship where you're like, I don't want to talk to you again. It was more that friendship like, I just need a moment. Let me step back. So this day, he doing fractions. And I had some apple juice. And he went and drank my apple juice up. I think I stopped talking to him for like a couple of days. off of some apple juice. I literally, off a couple of days, I was like, I can't. You drunk my juice up. But it wasn't about the juice. I realized it was about me. It was significant. It was more like, it's time to let go. It's time to let go of the old mentality. It's time to let go of the fear. It's time to let go of those weaknesses. It's time to figure out what's really wrong. Because if you're getting triggered off of something that small, because you seeing something within yourself, within this person that you see that's within yourself, it ain't the juice, it's you. You're mad at yourself and you're taking it out on him. Because when you look at him, you see yourself. And that's why you triggered. That's why you mad. That's why you feeling some type of way. And it made me realize, like, why am I running away from myself? That's what I've been doing. Every time I looked at him, I realized I was running from me. And I try to find ways to come back at him, like, but you're doing this wrong. You need to do this. Because when it came to him, it was more so like, he had all the knowledge in the world. It's like super intelligent. Super intelligent. Lyrics, everything. Super intelligent. But the problem he had was he was providing the knowledge to the wrong people. He was giving out the information to the wrong people. People that didn't care nothing about him. People that didn't love him. People that didn't care. And it's like the people he kept giving that information to was using him. It was taking advantage of him. And I kept saying, why are you doing this? Why you keep talking to these people? Why you keep handling these things? And he'll just make an excuse. So it got to a point he started having feelings for me. He started having a lot of feelings for me. And it was like, my brain thought about it. But it was like, I can't be in a situation with a person where, yes, I like the fact that you can trigger me to make me a better person. But it's like, in order for me to allow myself to see if this work, I would literally have to fix myself. Because I can't look at you every day and be pissed off at myself. Pissed off at you because I'm projecting that energy on you because your light shining on me. And now I'm putting that energy on you. That ain't good because we're going to be against each other. And I can't have that. So, I walked away from the situation. Okay? I wasn't dating anybody. I wasn't with anyone. And yes, it's pertaining to my full message. Okay? Wasn't dating anybody. Wasn't with anybody. So I could have talked to him if I wanted to. But I was like, nah. This just not going to work right now. This is not it. And like I said, we can talk about any and everything. And even if he was in a relationship with someone, he'll come to me, talk to me about their situation, what's going on. And I help give him advice, talk to him about what he should do, what he could try, and this and that. And it wasn't one of those things like, and I'll be honest, it was even down to something sexual. But we had an understanding, like, yeah, you could talk to me about something, and I could talk to you about certain things. But we knew there was a block there at the same time. It was like advice. It's just getting advice from a friend. That was it. But the thing about it is, it got to a point that, like I said, I pulled away. And I ended up later on, got married to somebody. And what was so crazy is, when I got married, this is when I got married to my youngest, his dad. And I'm sitting here like, Dad, how in the world I'm married to this person that I can't even tell nothing hardly to, that I barely can talk to? Like, the stuff that I was able to talk to this other person about, I can't even do that with this one. The stuff that normally things you can't tell people about, I can't even do that with this one. I'm over here married to this person. And it was like, it was times where I wanted to talk to him, but out of respect for the marriage, I was like, I can't do that. Because that would be wrong of me, knowing that me and this person have this super strong connection, and then I'm over here with this one. I feel like I'm cheating. You understand? So I stopped talking to him about 4 years. About 4 years. I stopped talking to him. Excuse me. I stopped talking to him. And then went through the marriage or whatever. I think he checked on me once or something like that, as I was replied, but then I left it like that. And it was crazy because in this situation, I was actually scared to tell him, like, hey, I can't talk to you. It was weird. But the thing about it was, our connection was so strong that after I got divorced, he popped back up and reached back out to me. And we was talking, but it was just like if it was yesterday. Like, we haven't talked in years, and it's like when we came back and communicated, it was just like yesterday. It was like, didn't skip a beat. Wasn't mad or nothing. I told him what happened and everything. And I told him, and this is after I went through like the mental institute and all of that. And when I went to that, and like, sometimes you can't tell people everything, but I was like, freak it, this is my friend. If we can still connect with our connection like that, I'm gonna be real. And I told him about what happened. He'd start telling me stuff or whatever. But the thing about it is, I start realizing when I was going through this process, I start realizing that this Negro got a lot of demons attached to him, a lot. And because the more I came through my spiritual process, I was like, he got a lot of demons attached. The stories, like the stuff that was going on, and it's like every single time, it's like I can tell he got a good heart, but it's like every single time he do something happens to him. It's like he can't win for losing. Every single time he turn around, something keep happening to him. He try to get a job, end up losing the job. He try to do something for his kids. Somebody does something in that. And all he want to do is focus on his music and take care of his kids. That's it. Now, deep down, he wanted to be with me. But the problem for me was, it was like, these spirits, it's like you keep having too much going on. You're focusing on the wrong thing. Because every time I tell you, like, hey, you need to cut these people off. You need to walk away from this stuff. Start focusing, like, hey, if you're trying to do your music, then try to do this. Try to do that. Like, whatever he put out, whatever information he gave me for his music, if I like something, I say I like it. If I didn't, I'd be like, look, I don't like what that sound like, because the way it sounds. However, I like how you do this beat. I like how you do this sound. It got to the point where the way his brain operate, I can understand the way what he was trying to say. So I break down, this is what I feel like you saying. He was like, yo, you understand me. And so it got to a point where he was like, you know what, you're different than everybody else. It's like, you different. I was like, what you mean? He said, everybody else just say they like everything I do. He's like, everybody say they just like everything I do, no matter what it is. They like everything I do to my face. He's like, you the only one that would tell me to my face you don't like something. I was like, well, I'm not going to lie to you. And it was hard. It was hard at first, because a couple times he'll do something, I'm like, I don't know what to say. And then it got to a point where it was like, all right, this is my friend. Why I can't tell my friend how I truly feel? All right, but at the same time, how can I still motivate my friend and not make my friend feel like I'm putting him down for what he's doing? Because it's just my opinion. That don't mean that he got to run with it. And it got to a point where it was like, all right, if this is your real friend, you need to be honest with your real friend, but and motivate them. And that's what I done. I was honest with him. I was like, hey, look, I like this and I understand that, but I feel like you can change it. It was like one song, he put a song with a different beat, and I was like, that don't go together. I was like, keep the same lyrics, but change the beat. Put this type of beat with it. And you remember the other song you did like a month ago? Take that song and put it with that beat. Because I get what you're saying, but it don't line up. Because if this is supposed to be a club song, but it sounds like a sit-down song, it don't mix right. So it depends on what type of energy you're trying to bring from it. And it got like that. But then after a while, it got to the point he started putting me in the songs. And I'm like... So I started listening to the stuff. And I started realizing, okay, he put him in the songs. So now he's telling me how he feels through the songs. And I'm like, okay. And it touched me. It did, because it was like, Dad, that's how you really feel. Because he couldn't tell me directly, so he put it in the songs. And that's how it was. And then I think it was a couple times he put somebody else in the songs. But then it was like, I asked him, I said, what is it about me that's so different than everybody else you be talking to? What is different about me? I'm just asking. I'm not trying to, put my resume in. I just want to understand from a man's perspective. I said, what made me so different than all the other females you talk to? He said, one, you got something to talk about. He's like, everybody else, I get on the phone, either they talking to everybody else and not talking to me. They ain't saying nothing, or they ain't talking about nothing, or they talking about their ex relationships and all of that. They always complain, and then when I give them advice, they don't want to listen to it. They get mad. He said, man, you're the only person that I could be myself, I could communicate with. He's like, you don't judge me. You don't get mad at me and stuff. And he's like, even when you do get mad at me, it makes me laugh or something like that. Yeah, he's like, it makes me laugh because it's like I need it. He's like, it's the way you talk. It's the way you communicate with me. It's like you tell me a lot of stuff that I need to hear, but you don't do it in a way to try to tear me down. You do it in a way to lift me up. And it was crazy. I was like, okay. And it was like, he was like, but that's why he talked to these, and I was like, but when you talk to the other females, then why you mess with them? Something to do. And he's like, something to do? That's it. I'm only talking to them because, and they come to me, I talk to them, and then he's like, then they be harassing me at the same time, and it's like the only time they call me when they only want something, but it's something to do. He was like, but I really wish, he's like, I really want somebody that I can just, with like the relationship, the friendship we had. He's like, I really want that. But like I told him, because I was going through a lot at the time, and I was like, well, I get it and I understand. And I was like, right now I'm trying to figure things out. I'm trying to understand me. So I started talking to him more about my spiritual awakening and stuff like that. And the crazy thing is when I told him, he didn't flinch. At the time, he didn't flinch or anything. And it was crazy because I'm like, okay, I can be honest, I can talk. And sometimes I'll be like, you know what, let me fall back. And he like, nah, keep talking. Then it got to a point that the more I got deeper in my spiritual awakening, the more I started seeing those demons that he had attached to him. And I got to the point I had to be a little tougher with him, which made it harder on me because it was like, I don't want to have to talk to you like this, because I said, I feel like I'm belittling you. I feel like I'm tearing you down. But it's not that. I care too much about you, and I want the best for you. And even in this process, I think I did a video some time back, and I was like, yo, if y'all ever see me with this person, then, that's my friend. Even though if I'm going, this my best friend right here. He's like a brother to me. That's how I felt, because it was like family in a way. But it's like, at the same time, if I had to be with somebody, it would have been the person. But it was just not the person, if that makes sense. And that's why I'm getting to this next part. So in this process, the whole time, I found out I was talking to Ye the whole goddamn time. Yes, I was talking to Ye the whole entire time. And see, what happened was at the end, the demons that I was feeling was the truth of what was really going on. See, the person that I was talking to was a fake, was a phony. He was a demonic person, okay? Reality, demonic. But the thing about it is Jay was channeling through him. So when I was able to communicate the way I was talking to Ye. However, this person is, in the spiritual world, a very demonic spirit. And what happened was, at the end, when this process, I had to stop talking to this person because I found out he was really trying to put spells on me the whole time. Because it got to a point where it's a two-part, yes. In one part, it was Jay trying just enjoying the conversation we had. But it got to the point, I'm like, why every time when I'm on this conversation with him, when I get off the phone or whenever I talk to him, why I feel drained? Because he was having me on the phone for hours. And I'm just holding a conversation. And I'm sitting back like, don't you got stuff to do? Like, you got kids, right? Well, I got them. They'll be in the back. I'm like, hold on, nah, go handle that. Go. Don't you got this job? Like, he'll be at his job. Like, he was doing a job. And I'm like, don't you need to go ahead and handle that? Nah, we can talk. But it was like a two-part. The guy was draining my energy because he knew who I was in the spirit. And then at the same time, but it was also Ye at the same time, getting information from me to help him through what he was going through with these people. And so what I'm trying to get to is this: with this journey that I'm on, I'm here to help people in the same situations. See, that best friend was Ye. And if it wasn't me continuing the communication and breaking away from him when I did, because that really screwed with him. When I broke away, it screwed with Ye. That's why those demons started attacking him even more. But the thing about it is, because Ye is the vessel for... Ye is a God. And I told y'all that. And I know y'all like, why you keep doing this? But I gotta talk. You know what I'm saying? Ye is a God, but he also is the home for that other side. No different than I'm the home for the other side. And both of us have to be able to control that other side so we can do our job in healing on the earth. Because of that energy, alright, that goes on both sides, I knew that I was going to have to endure a lot of stuff. That means once he pulled his energy back, once I pull my energy back, that means everything in the world that goes on, I'm going to feel everything. Same for him. And that means I have to show y'all how to get through this process. I have to show y'all how to get through these situations. No matter if a person does something, or no matter good, bad, or the ugly. I knew I was going to have to take that heat. And what I mean by take that heat is, in order for y'all to know y'all can survive, someone has to survive through the fire. I was the one that was chosen for that spot. I was the one that was chosen to be put through the flames. I've been in the heat for a very long time. Very long time. Walking through this heat. Feeling all y'all pain, all y'all depression, all y'all anxiety, all y'all, sadness and defeat, all of it. When I feel it, I go through it, because I'm going through it with you. You understand? Every single one of y'all in the world is walking through the fire right now. Every single one of y'all. See, on the other side of that fire is heaven. Okay? It's heaven. The more your light shine, the more you can be able to tolerate the heat that you're going through. Excuse me. Okay? The more your light shine, the more the heat you can tolerate. The easier it is to get through the flames. Every single one of you are going to have to go through the heat. Every single one of you. And when you're going through the heat, guess what? You're going to also see your reflection at the same time. See, that heat shows you a mirror of who you truly are. It shows you your weaknesses. See, the heat is letting you know you can tolerate it because you're strong enough. But the mirror is showing you your weaknesses that need to be strengthened. That's why y'all going out here attacking folks and being hateful to folks and being mad at folks for cheating on you, stealing from you, and doing all this other stuff, because you know that you're lacking something within yourself and you're taking that heat on somebody else. Reason why you taking heat is because you're using your strengths to attack the person, because you don't want to deal with the weak that's within inside yourselves. Reason I'm able to smile after everything I go through is because I realize that if I was created in a way, a mold to tolerate the heat, why am I crying for? Why am I allowing myself to sit back and to take defeat? The more authentic I am, and the more that I realize that, hey, I got some weaknesses I need to strengthen up, the better I can get through this process. No different than that best friend of mine that I had. Again, the original version is not this version is not the person. And I'm going to tell you right now, the person looked just like Kid Cudi. Yep, exactly. That's how crazy this world is. Not in a bad way. But a lot of times the people around you is giving you images of what's to come. And I'm not saying go to Kid Cudi. But the same friendship that Ye and Kid Cudi has, the same as me and this person was. See, my mirror was being reflected in front of me the whole entire time. The whole entire time. No different than the people that was in my life. See, I was being shown what was to come the whole entire time. No different than, like I talk about Beyonce. There was a girl that I had to deal with that looked like, had similarities like her that used to be mean towards me. Same way about Diddy. I had a classmate that looked like Diddy that used to be on some slick stuff being mean towards me. He was nice at the end, but he had these little slick talks about me. Every person that out here that was doing stuff to me, they literally had lookalikes. These people look exactly similar to these people that was around me. It's crazy. But we so busy projecting our energy onto someone else, we don't realize that our story is right around us. You're getting all the clues. You're getting all the information to be able to tolerate the heat that you got to go through. You getting everything that you need. Everything you need. But the problem is we projecting that energy on people, not realizing our story is being told to us. And then you wonder why you can't stand the heat. You wonder why you feel like you being defeated, because you're not strengthening yourself up to be able to tolerate the heat you're in. It's like being in a sauna. Do you think a person that goes in a sauna automatically can handle the heat of a sauna the first day they go in there? No. They have to build their energy up. They have to build a toleration up. And then after a while, what happens when you get inside of a sauna? It gets hot and you get to the point you like, every second you like, okay, you can do this. You can do this. You can do this. Right? You can do this. I can get through this. I can get through this. To the point you sitting in there, you realizing, I can actually handle this. It ain't so bad. Yeah, I come out sweating. Yeah. But I feel good about it because I sweat the right way. Because I realized I didn't project the heat onto someone else. I accepted the heat within me to strengthen myself up. So every time I walk in this sauna, I can go in there for that 10 minutes or that 15 minutes. However long you decide you want to go in it for. A lot of times y'all don't realize that the people around you that you communicating with are reflections of who you are. You are the company you keep. They're a reflection of who you are. So if they trigger you, that means, guess what? It's something within you need to fix. That's it. You can't get mad at them for something. It's no different than when a female sit back and y'all get mad. You happy and everything cool. And then when they get mad, you like, oh, look at your hair. Look at the way you dress. Okay. Then you're talking about yourself. That's it. We only say, it's crazy. We only project doubt to people what we feel truly about ourselves, because that's how we hurt people. We hurt people with what will hurt us. That's it. That's it. So like that friend of mine, right? Whenever that person said something that triggered me, I came back with them with knowledge. That's exactly what I done. With knowledge. I talk to them about knowledge every single time. Because I know that me not knowing, feeling like if I don't know enough, it would mess with me. It's not about how I look and how I dress and all that. I never cared about that. I present out what was hurting me at the time. I mean, what I felt like was hurting me. I felt like I wasn't smart enough. But then realize when I projected that energy out, see, for me it was a little bit different. When I projected that energy out, it bounced back to me and made me realize, guess what? Toya, this is what you need to focus on. If you're throwing out knowledge and saying this person need to better handle themselves better, they need to get to focus on themselves, stop hanging around these people, stop dealing with these people, put more time and energy into their strength, their weaknesses. Okay, bow. Hit me back. So you need to start focusing on your weaknesses. Stop being afraid to sit back and stand up for yourself, and keep standing up for yourself if you need to. You understand? There's a thing of trying to prove yourself, but it's a thing of just saying, stop. Nah, I'm not going to give you that ride today. Nah, if you ain't putting in no gas in, nah, you ain't about to use up my gas and I ain't got enough to get to work. Or, nah, I'm not going to sit back and allow you to eat all my food up because I got to still be able to eat. It's like that. If you want to know what's wrong, then guess what? Whenever you talk to somebody about what they doing, then when it hits you back, then there you go. Now you know what you need to do to tolerate the heat you in. That's why I'm able to tolerate the heat, because my spirit is within all of y'all. Every single time when y'all present something to me, right? And y'all throw that energy out on me, I'm not just taking the heat you giving me. I'm also absorbing the heat because I'm inside of you. So I'm absorbing that energy and it's like, okay, that's what they feel about themselves. All right, how can I help them to feel better about themselves? Because if I can help them within that spirit and help heal that, then it's automatically brighten my light up. That's all it is. All that energy that y'all provided helped build my weaknesses up. Because that's what y'all focused on so much. Y'all focused on my weaknesses so much to the point you helped me build them up. See, when y'all took my energy, right, that brought y'all lights up. That's why y'all in the spotlight. That's why everybody like you. Because y'all became the mirrors. Y'all only helped me to be the amazing person I am. That was the goal. Because once my energy gets strong enough, right, to tolerate the mirrors that's thrown at me, guess what happens? My energy is within everyone in the world. So that means it automatically going to help strengthen everyone else in the world. How many of y'all out here been feeling a lot happier lately? It's because my light started getting brighter. My light was dim because I was in the background. I didn't want no one to see me because everybody was attacking me. I allowed the whole world to attack me just so I can get strong enough so I can be able to help heal everyone out. Heal y'all. I knew that was the battle I was going to have to face. And the biggest one was dealing with Ye. Yes, that energy was in someone else because guess what? He was me. He did the same thing I done. He gave his energy out. And the person he gave it out to ran with it. The other people ran with it. So even though he was in the spotlight, his spirit was in the dark because everybody else had his light. And even though he could control it to an extent to be able to do something, the only reason how he was able to control it was because he became me. He became me. That was the only way he could control it because he became me. So whenever time I looked at my best friend and I communicated with him and I get mad, was because I was feeling his energy. All the energy, all the hate, all the stuff that y'all was doing. I could feel it. I still feel it to this day. That's why I've been sitting here a little triggered. I'm like, I ain't talking to nobody. I ain't doing nothing. I don't even see hardly things. But it's because whenever I look at something, I'm not just looking through with my eyes. I'm seeing it through his eyes. A mirror. This task hasn't been the easiest because I'm not just utilizing my energy because me and him are twins. We're twin flames. So I'm not just feeling my energy, I'm feeling his. Then I'm feeling y'all's at the same time. And in order for me to have complete this mission, I had to help heal the home base. I had to help heal the home base. I had to help him to pull all his energy back. And because I was helping him pull his energy back, I got attacked twice as much. But I knew that was the job I had to endure. I knew that was the situation I had to intake. So when he pulled his energy back, then that means every single thing you could think of, he feels, he goes through, he had done. So that means when being with him, I have to accept everything. Anything that you could think of, I have to accept. Because of his energy that he had to pull back. No different than mine. When he looks at me, he see a lot of hate. He see a lot of anger. He see a lot of stuff. But it's not me. It's just the energy that I had to pull back so I could recycle it and give it back to every single one of you. So when you look at me, you say, I don't get how she able to get through it. Because y'all getting through it. And you can. So if I can get through something, you can too. If I can let something go, you can too. The energy is there. The love is there. You just got to believe in it. And as long as you believe in it and stay focused and know that everything you do, I'm there, and know that I'm doing it all for you, and that, you know, everything's going to be all right, you're going to be all right. Does that mean life ain't going to hit? Life always hit. But it's about how you hit, how you put like this. One thing about baseball. Life is like a ball. When the pitcher throw it, it's all up to you on how you knock it out of the park. Do you knock it out of the park? Do you hit a foul ball, or do you tap the ball? However you handle it determines on how you get to the next plate. Food. How you gonna eat? How you gonna survive? If you can't handle the first plate, how you gonna handle the second plate? How you gonna handle the third plate? You understand? Like my last message, the buffet. It's up to you how you handle it. Now you got me on your team. You got your ancestors. You got your friends. You have your family. But if you don't work together like you're supposed to, how can you win the game? So, in order for the win, you have to realize you got to be able to stand the heat. Think about baseball players. When the baseballs play, what are they at? Outside in the heat. You don't never see them complain, oh, it's too hot out here. It's too hot. You don't hear them complaining because they can tolerate the heat. So, remember the reflections that you see. Remember the love that you give. It's no different than the situation with me and this person, which was really the whole time. When you're around people, and especially when you're with someone that you want to be with or something like that, if you can't be your authentic self with them, and you can't be authentic with the people that's on your team, how can you win the game? On that note, y'all have a blessed day.